Hi, I'm Owen Fitzpatrick, creator of Influence Mastery, and welcome back to Behavioural Economics Bites. In this particular session, I want to talk to you about the endowment effect. The endowment effect is a powerful effect in which we tend to overvalue things that we own. So we tend to believe something that we own is more valuable than it actually is. Now, this is also connected to another principle we've discussed called loss aversion. Typically speaking, whenever we own something, we think, well, we own it, so therefore it's more worthwhile and more valuable than something that we don't actually own. Now, where this is useful to know about and where this is useful to use is if, for example, you're trying to, let's just say, sell a car. If someone is coming in to trade in their car and you talk about trading in their car, that might make them feel more uncomfortable because by trading something in, it almost feels to them like they're giving away something that they own, something that in terms, because they own it, they will overvalue it. But instead, if you talk about upgrading your car and you use that word, then it doesn't seem as likely for them, from their own perspective or their own perception, that they're actively losing something or giving away something. Instead, it's almost like they're upgrading, they're improving something. By simply phrasing it and framing it differently, it can actually make a huge difference to how people feel about the decisions that they have to make. So again, two things to be aware of whenever you're using this principle. First of all, how can you make sure that when you're selling or influencing other people, how can you make sure that you're positioning in such a way that they don't feel like they're losing anything? That if they're trading something in, that you can help them to see it in terms of an upgrade. And second of all, if you're the one making the decision, how can you ensure that just because you own something, you're aware that necessarily it's not as valuable as you think? So in other words, if, for example, you're going through all of the different things in your room or you're trying to clean out your house, to ensure that you're not hoarding something, ask yourself the question for the things that you're thinking of not throwing away, how much would you pay for that if you were buying it new? By asking yourself a question like that, it helps give you a different perspective and ensures that you can handle effectively this endowment effect. I really hope that you find this video useful.